Here we go. We're there. Yes! Yes! Ahoy, hoy, gang! If this is your first time with us, welcome! And if you're joining us from a previous video, hey, we love to see it, and I hope you're doing well! Here it is, in all of its glory, in all of its splendor, Season 12's Top 5 Episodes, Part 12 of Merry Bobmas! Everybody loves it, everybody wants it, hope you're doing well! Season 12 was pretty okay. There's a lot to see. What worked, what failed, what dummy driving will be curtailed. Something rhyme with delve. It's time to talk Season 12, Top 5 Episodes. I'm so used to just rhyming it with the season and then going in. Number 5, The Pumpkining. Literally, the only reason this episode is on this list is... You know what? That's not fair. It is a good Linda and Gale episode. Do not get it twisted. I do not dislike the Gale and Linda stuff. But literally, the only thing I can think about when I see this episode is the end, where it's like, well, then who left the notes? It's me, the life coach. And he just steps out and stands there. It's the only thing I can think about. I saw this season... And I'm like, all right, let me click through some of these episodes to see if anything gets, shaken loose. And it's just every episode, I'm like, which episode is it that the life coach is in? And I'm like, oh, right, it's the Halloween episode. So I had to include it. I had to include it because every time I think of the season, the number one thing that just sticks out to me is the life coach that's only there for like 30 seconds that Gale keeps referencing. And they're like, we really got to stop Gale from paying this life coach. Like, he's so expensive and we're the ones covering it. And that's fun to me. That's delightful to me. I love dumb stuff like that. If you couldn't tell, I'm a sucker for really, really, really dumb jokes. And, Lauren Bouchard has a long history of making dumb jokes in series. Look at home movies. Look at the delivery on home movies. It's also intentionally flat. And The Pumpkining is a very flat horror episode. It's a very flat Halloween episode. And I appreciate it. I appreciate how just sort of there it is. I know that sounds so weird, but I promise it makes sense. Give it the 11:30 test. Don't marathon it. Watch it as its own standalone thing. And I swear it just sort of works as an existence of Bob's Burgers. It's so odd in a cool way. Number 4, Stuck in the Kitchen with You. I think I genuinely just love this episode because I heard Stephanie Beatriz in it, and I'm like, you know what? I think we can say this. Stephanie Beatriz is a fantastic voice actor. Hazbin Hotel, Encanto, Vox Machina. Like, we don't give Stephanie Beatriz enough flowers, and she shows up so much in Bob's Burgers, but I keep hearing her in this episode and going, wow. You know what? She's actually really, really good. I'm glad she has a career. I'm glad I hear her in more things. And, like, if you can get that out of me from an otherwise fine enough episode, that says something. Also, I just really love Bob's story here. Louise is horrible. Feel like Bob needed to be way more aggressive and, like, way more, all right, well, you're not doing it right here. Let me just do that. But she's actively sabotaging so she can get kicked out. And it's like, okay. But he was actually excited about having you in there and wanted to incorporate you. Now, again, obviously, I'm probably reading too much into it, but just seeing him so excited to cook for the retirement home, I don't know, it warms your heart. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's a great little Thanksgiving episode, and I don't know, I really like that Bob was really trying here. It was so wholesome in a way that made me appreciate it. Number 3, Frigate Me Not. This might be obvious. If it's not, that's on me. I enjoy Teddy. Teddy is arguably my favorite character in the whole show, and I understand why people wouldn't like Teddy. I understand that Teddy can be a lot. But when I get an episode all about Teddy, I'm about that episode about Teddy. Which is no surprise that there's 2 episodes on this list that have Teddy in the forefront. Like, seeing Teddy's naval career highlighted, seeing them going to the boat, and seeing that Teddy, was made fun of, sure, but people did still respect him, means something. And like, I know it's not the best episode of the season or anything, but it just really stuck with me that they took time to go and support their handyman. Like, the Belchers are not related to Teddy at all, but Teddy has become such an institution in their lives that, yeah, why not? Let's go and support him. Let's help Teddy out. And it's not a thing of just pity, they're friends now. Bob is genuinely best friends with Teddy, and I really love their relationship. Sure, Teddy's gotten weirder and weirder, and he's, wearing their clothes and sleeping in their bed, but I don't know. As someone that loves King of the Hill, I just take that with a dash, wave it away. Bill's weird, but we like Bill. Teddy's weird, but we like Teddy. Teddy doesn't, he doesn't want Linda. He wants that family life. And I think just being there for him, having the Belchers support Teddy, means the world in an episode like this. Also, Bob not being able to tie knots at all is great. I love it. I love it so much that he's creative in the kitchen, but he could not tie a knot to save his life. It's phenomenal. Number 2, Ferry On, My Wayward Bob and Linda. Like, yes, okay. A Story is fantastic. Stephanie Beatriz is back in there because she's in like 7 episodes this season, and it's great to hear her. And I want nothing but the best for her. And then you have Bob and Linda fighting to get to a really nice, reservation and actually appreciate each other, and they love each other, and they're put through so many trials, and it's really, really endearing that their love persists through it all, and they want to be so much better for each other, and it's really, really sweet, and I really love that. But that's not why it's this high on my list. The reason it's there is because the B Story has Joe Pera in it. And if there's one thing I love, it's Joe Pera Talks With You. And the holiday season is the perfect time to watch this show. It means so much to me. And I am so heartbroken that Joe Pera did not get to continue with this, because it was great. The show is something you should experience. It will bring out raw emotions in you that you did not think were gonna be there. And I was enchanted by the episode By Breakfast, which is like the 2nd episode ever aired. It's magical. And to have someone with such a quiet, noble delivery, I don't know. It makes me smile every time I hear him. Even in Elemental, he was the one entertaining thing in that entire movie. So yeah, an episode with Joe Pera is absolutely gonna be up there, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. And number 1, Driving Big Dummy. I don't know about this episode. I keep looking at it and going, is it a funny episode? No. But the emotional core makes me keep coming back to it. I know that did not sound grammatically right when I said it either, but I'm keeping it in. This is a steady, conscious stream of thought. I love Teddy, and episodes like this really humanize him. We see that Teddy just loves talking to people, making sure they feel heard, because he understands what they're going through. He understands, not having people that are interested in what he's interested in. And I don't know, maybe it's a partial projection, but seeing people like Teddy, interacting with people like Teddy, it's something interesting. It's something unique. And the world needs more Teddys out there. They need more people that are fascinated by these small things. And, I get the whole weekly episode thing, and this has to go out the window. But this is the one episode of Bob's Burgers where I look at Bob and Teddy and I just kind of go, I really wish this didn't go away. I wish this episode carried an impact through the rest of the show. I don't know what that would look like. I'm not even sure that's what I really want at the end of the day. But this is a really great conclusion to a Bob and Teddy story. And the B story, it's, you can look at it as, well, it's not very funny. It didn't really, make me laugh. And it's like, okay. But it's also Linda just sort of giving the kids a chance to be employee of the day. She could absolutely walk away with it. She is absolutely the adult in this situation, but just having these moments with her kids lowers her guard. It means something to her, and I don't know. I maybe I'm just a sentimental, but I really like the energy of this episode. It has a quiet tranquility that it just shows that people care about each other and means something to me. And there we have it. That was my top 5 episodes of season 12. Anything you think I was right on, wrong on? What are your top 5 episodes of season 12? Bottom 5 episodes? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like what you saw, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. We're out here. Season 12 was perfectly okay. Absolutely saved by my boy, Joe Pera. Seriously, watch Joe Pera Talks with You. It is enchanting, it is magical, and it's criminal it got canceled. But I digress. This has been 12 parts of Mary Bobmas. It has been an absolute delight doing this with all of you, and I'll see you in the next chapter. But this is going to do it for us here at the Lecture Hall. If you want to support the channel, consider joining our Patreon or membership programs today. $2 a month gets you special polls, posts, and even your name on this fancy list. Ooh! Like always, stay strong, keep fighting. It's okay to not be okay. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you all next time.